Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here, and today I'd like to speak to you about what it takes to be successful in your business. Now, I've come on here a few times in the past and mentioned you should do this, you should do that, but the problem is there's so many things that you might do one and maybe miss another. You have to get a balance. So what I've done is I've taken some time to put together, I guess you could say, my top 10 list of what it takes to be successful. And that's what I'd like to go over with you right now. Number one is to develop a success mindset. Now, what's a success mindset? It's believing that you can do it. There's so many people that are in business maybe just to make the money or just to do something or just because they can, but they don't have that success mindset. Believing. So believing is very important. Believing in what you're doing. Believing that it will be successful. Believing that you will get somewhere. If you're just doing this to get to the next paycheck or to the next meal or to the next week, okay, you're probably not in the right business. You're doing this because you want to be successful as a practitioner and helping people, and you want to be successful in business and making a great income. That's the reason you should be doing this. So if you don't have a success mindset, go ahead and work on that. What can you do? Well, there's plenty of motivational books, success and self-help videos, even right here on YouTube. So go ahead and start studying. I did a video just recently talking about how you need to feed your mind, okay? The thing is, when you eat a meal, you work off the meal and you eventually get hungry again. Well, it's the same thing with your mind. You can feed it with all this positive information, but if you don't keep on feeding it, it's going to begin to get negative. So feed it success. Number two. Now, this is kind of simple, but so many people don't do it. You need to decide what you want. What do you want? What are you in business for? What's the next project you're doing? You need to decide what you want. Don't just do it. What do you want? Do you have a plan? There's a saying that goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So without a plan, how are you going to get anywhere, or how are you going to get anywhere quickly? Yeah, we can make a business. I know a lot of people who have worked a business and made a decent income without a plan, but they could have done so much better if they knew they were going. Here's an example. Right now, what I'd like you to do is, and be very careful doing this, stand up and close your eyes. Now, wherever you are, try to get to the next room. Okay? With your eyes closed, try to get to the next room. Now, if you're someplace familiar, you can probably do it fairly easily. But if your eyes were open, you can get there so much quicker, couldn't you? It'd be easier, it'd be quicker, you can do it better. Because with your eyes closed, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to bump into things. You might trip over things. You might be saying, oh, should I go left? Should I go right? You don't really know 100% where you're going. So make a plan. Know what you're doing. What do you want? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to do hypnosis sessions? Do you want to start a practice? Are you doing comedy hypnosis? Do you want to do comedy hypnosis shows? So whatever it is you're doing, decide what you want and plan it out in detail. The more detail you have, the better. So what do you want? Number two. Number three is give more in product value than you receive in cash value. That is very important. If you can give more in product value than you receive in cash value, you'll be successful. Now, like I said, I have 10 things for success, so that's one of the very important traits or keys to success. So if you're writing a book, make sure that book has content, something that can help the public, and make it affordable, something that when they look at it, they go, wow, how about offering something else, an extra deal with it? If you have a course, is your course just on this specific item that you're talking about, or can they learn more? So if you can offer more in cash value, People will appreciate it, they'll tell others, and they'll keep coming back. And that's how you grow. Number 4, diversify. Very important. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you just do one thing, then only one thing has to fail for you to go out of business, okay? So do other things. I speak lots of times in previous videos about passive income. Having passive income products can really help you. So if you're a practitioner and you're doing hypnosis sessions, why not have books being sold, maybe in an online store or on your webpage or on Amazon? How about audio MP3s or CDs? How about other kinds of information that you could teach on MP3 or CD? There's so many other areas you could expand on depending on your situation. If you have a big office, how about opening up a nice store, maybe a small metaphysics store or hypnosis store in the front of it, so when people come in, they might be able to buy books or pendulums or whatever it is you want to sell. You'd be amazed that when someone's coming in waiting for a session, or at the end of the session, if you talk to them in the area where your store is, how much they'll purchase. I used to have one years ago, and sometimes I'd make just as much in my after session sales as I did in the session. So something like that might work for you. If you don't like going into the office that much, how about doing online sessions, telephone sessions? How about coaching? Maybe personal coaching, business coaching, health coaching, or even being a hypnosis instructor. There's so many different ways you can expand your business. Let's see, the next one would be number 5. Believe you can do it. Whatever it is you do, believe you can do it. I call it the buying in principle. Okay, so let's say you decide to be a hypnosis instructor. How do you feel about that? Are you able to get in front of people? Can you imagine yourself standing in front of people teaching them what you know, teaching them how to be successful? If you can't imagine doing that, then you'd have a hard time doing it. So when I say the buying in principle, whatever it is you're trying to do, take some time to imagine it first. Can I do that? It's kind of like the gentleman that comes into your office and says, I want you to help me to run a marathon. And he can't even make it to the mailbox and back just in front of his house. The buying in principle is not going to happen. He needs to be able to run a quarter mile for us and maybe a mile, then expanding it so you can take bites and work towards that goal. But if you can't buy into it mentally, it's not going to happen physically. Number 6, focus. I have here focus and never give up. What do I mean by focus? You have a project you're doing. I see so many people doing this, and I've been guilty of it myself from time to time. You start working on a project. Let's say I'm writing a book today, and I start typing and writing in the book, and the phone rings, so I go and answer that. Then I start typing the book, and bing, an email. Oh, I got to take care of this email. So I take care of that email, and someone else emails me, and then I get a beep from my computer for Facebook, and I'm answering something on Facebook. An hour and a half later, I've answered all these different things that are other people's agenda, and my book never get done, and it's lunchtime. You see what I mean? By not focusing, you can go way off course. So it's very important to be able to focus on what you're doing. Focus on what you're doing, and just as importantly, never give up. Whatever your goal is, keep on doing it until it gets done. You just keep on keeping on until you attain your goal. The next one is to follow, this is number 7, follow your intuition. This is something we all have intuition, that warm feeling, if you want to call it, that inner feeling telling you that you're doing something right. How many times have you gone to do something and, I don't feel good about this, I should really do that, but you did it anyway? Happens quite often. Just a few nights ago, Raluca and I were driving through South Portland by the mall. We had just come from someplace buying some clothes for her, and I said, you want to go to lunch? She goes, sure. And I said, how about, and I said the name of a restaurant. And she goes, that sounds okay, but why don't we go over here? So we went to the one she wanted to, and I didn't kind of feel good about it. But we went anyways, and we ate, and we had a lot of trouble with the food. I mean, it just wasn't done right. She had to return hers, and I looked at her. I says, I should have followed my intuition. I really felt this was a bad idea, and I wanted to go to the other place. So that happens. So following your intuition is a reason for it, okay? The universe knows things we don't. Very important in business to follow your intuition. Should you do this or should you do that? How do you feel about it? Take a moment to see how you feel about it. Do you feel bad? Is there a stupor of thought? Then don't do it. Do you feel great about it? Then that's the right decision. Okay, your intuition is a great barometer. Learn to understand it, develop it, and follow it. And how do you do that? Just by doing it. When you have a decision, how do you feel about it? That stupor of thought, that negative feeling, that's your intuition saying no. Follow the good feeling. If it feels good, go for it. Number 8, love what you do. Do you love what you're doing? Do you love doing sessions? Do you love helping people? Do you love making money? Ooh, okay. As you can tell, I love what I do. I've been doing this for over 20 years now, and I've enjoyed it right from the beginning. The thing is, with the diversity we have in this business, if there's one area I'm getting tired of, I move on to another area. I do what I like doing. Years ago, before I did this, I was an entertainer. I was actually a children's entertainer, and I did that for about 17 years. And towards the end, it was getting to the point where I'm just not enjoying this. I didn't enjoy being there. It seemed like the children in the places that we were entertaining weren't as courteous as they used to be. They were actually, especially the older ones, were getting kind of mean. Sometimes it was almost dangerous going to some of these shows, to the point where I said, my intuition was saying, I just shouldn't be doing this. I didn't love it anymore. Matter of fact, I didn't even enjoy it. So I left that business, and of course, here I am. So I'm finally doing something I love, but just recently, I was speaking to my agent that I had back then, and he was asking me what I'm doing, and he was saying how his business is really doing bad, and I was really good to get out of it when I did, because around Christmas time, which is their best time of year, he had like 2 or 3 shows for the entire month. So most of the entertainers in the field I was in are having a very hard time making an income. So again, I didn't love it. I got out of it. I followed my intuition, and it was a very good choice. So do you love what you do? If you love what you do, continue doing it. People can tell that you love what you do. If you don't love what you do, it's probably time to start looking for something else, because people can also tell that you don't love what you do, that you don't enjoy it. The next one is number 9. Be uncomfortable. Ooh, be uncomfortable. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a saying that goes like this. It states, comfort kills. Ooh, comfort kills. When you become comfortable, complacent, lax, okay, things don't seem to grow. There's growth and there's stagnation. There's comfort where everything seems fine the way it is, so you don't progress. But guess what? Even though you're not progressing, the world is progressing. Things are going on. So if you're sitting still in your easy chair doing nothing, things are passing you. You need to constantly be growing. You need to challenge yourself. I feel it's very important to be uncomfortable. If I'm comfortable with doing 3 sessions a day, then I should be doing 5 sessions a day. If I'm comfortable with making a small, 10-page book, maybe I should make a 30-page book, okay? Be a little uncomfortable, and that's where the success and the growth and the great things come from. Always shoot for more than what feels comfortable. Get out of your comfort zone, get out there, and do something that can make you successful. And finally, number 10, probably the most important things. Everybody makes all these plans. They have all these great things they're going to do. But number 10 is take action. It's so important to take action. There's another saying. I like these sayings, as you can tell, right? And it goes like this: dreamers dream, but doers do. So don't just dream about what you want to do. Get up and do it. Take action. Because if you don't take action, you're not going to go anywhere. If you don't put your foot in the gas, the car's not going to move, okay? Dream is dream and do is do. So what are you going to do? What are your plans? So these are my 10 success steps, and I really hope they can help you in some way to grow your business. We'd like to help you to be successful. So if you're ready to take action, we have plenty of valuable information in the description below. So don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, please let me know that you did by clicking on the like button below. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and have a spectacular day. Bye-bye.